Hey, stay right there. This is Jack, and thank you for watching this 7-part series titled 6 Flip Chart Close, which means that in these 7 videos that I'm going to do, this is the part 1. I'm going to demonstrate and share with you how you can make a close very simple and yet powerful. But before I do that, I would like you to check out something below. And as I always said in other videos that I'm doing, please do me a favor, click subscribe button so that you know that you can help me to spread this channel to many other people. And most importantly, there's also a bell button below. Hit the bell and get notified, which means that you are able to get notified whenever I'm uploading another video. Okay, so now let's go back to part 1. Part 1 of 6 Flip Chart Close essentially is to set the context. So I want to address 3 things that you need to know about what is flip chart close. Number 1, there's reason why you want to do PowerPoint slides. There's also reason why you want to do flip charts. So my opinion and my experience says this, like I personally, because I'm trained by Blair Singer, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Advisors in sales, team development, and personal development. So I am born as a flip chart person, so to speak. But does it mean that I cannot do PowerPoint? The answer is no, because there are reasons why you want to do PowerPoint slides. For example, the visual imagery, especially when you speak in front of the big room, when you are showing the images, you share your stories with the audiences. And there's also one thing you need to know. If let's say you are speaking in front of a big group. When I say big group, it could well be like 500 people, 800 people, 1,000 people. So I have this experience in Vietnam and Thailand. I can't simply go back and forth because what happened is that I do not stand on stage to actually do my presentation and close. I walk down off the path, go on floor, have intimacy and connection with other people. So this is the reason why if I were to use flip chart, I would literally have to walk up and down the staircase, and that would take a substantial amount of time. So it's not cool. Therefore, in big stage, I had no choice. I really have to do PowerPoint. Okay, so hopefully one fine day, I do not know when, I will see whether I can talk about how to use PowerPoint to close. But my strength is really on flip chart. So this is the reason why I want to talk about this 6 flip chart close. And why is this 6 flip chart? Well, the answer is that because I use 6 flip charts with multiple layers to actually close a group of mompreneurs. It just happened this month, February, because I do not know when you're watching this. So I want to share with you what exactly I have done. So this is not theory, it's all, I would say, is an actual close, and I would like to deconstruct every single thing. So before I even go to the detail, I want you to understand the second thing, that is the context is very important. Because without the context, you just take, for example, a flip chart like this, it won't help you. So you need to understand the context. So the first thing you need to know is that I'm working with a group of mompreneurs. So we call them mother entrepreneurs. So it's feminine, it's female. So your languaging, your tonality cannot be too tough. Like I know if I'm working with men, I can be very tough, I can be harsh, but in front of the mompreneurs, the energy is a very different type. So your languaging has to be gentle. Your languaging has to be kind, nurturing. So this is something you need to think about throughout the presentation, your languaging, your words that you use, and your body gesture, your language. This is important. Context number 2, what's the outcome of this presentation? Because like I frame it, it is a close, which means that after 3 hours of my presentation, I want them to move forward. So one thing that I always love to do is to state the agenda clearly. Many speakers, trainers, and platform closers in the old days have taught us, not just me, but have taught us, the old folks, that you have to give value, then you sell. I don't find that useful anymore. Why? Because the audiences are not dumb. They might have attended many seminars. They are very sick and tired of these people teach, give value, and suddenly they turn around and try to sell you something. And by the fact, some of these people on stage, they are not really closers. When it comes to the selling part, they freak out or the body shift, and you can tell straight away. So I can actually detect all this little subtle difference in terms of the body movement, and I can feel it straight away. So I'm very sophisticated enough to actually detect this. So this context number 2, you must know your outcome. Context number 3, you've got to be very, very clear with what you want them to do at the end. So this is something that I learned, that I will share with my partner yesterday, that after 3 hours, I didn't say anything, because this is by application. So I found that one of the powerful close, which is call to action. In terms of call to action, you do not actually give them a form asking them to put money straight away, because I want them to think about it. So part of the offer that I'm doing is a 12-month private mentorship program. So I did that one time back in 2016, 2017, a private mentorship style. So it's not my first time doing a PMP. And I know that PMP is very powerful because number one is a long 12-month period. So I'm not like selling you a how-to course, and then after 3 days I will leave you in the dark and good luck. So I'm not doing that. So a 12-month private mentorship program is to help these people moving from point A to point B eventually to be successful in what they are doing. And therefore the call to action, as far as I'm concerned, is that, okay, I hope that you enjoyed my presentation and I got every single thing that you have gotten in these 3 hours. Now, I want you to remember what I started earlier. At the very beginning, I said I want to actually offer this private mentorship program. So you want to remind the participants at the beginning that you have already stated upfront your agenda. You are very transparent. And therefore, at the end, all I want you to do is I want you to come back to me within 24 hours. Okay, so given a timeline, 24 hours. And then what you need to do is you either give me a yes, you are in, or a no, you are out. So your instruction got to be very, very specific. It's either you are in, you are out. I'm not going to ask you any question as to if you say no, maybe why. It's okay. If they say no to you, that means they are not your target audience, or they are not ready to embrace the offer. So that's fine. You've got to understand that there's no way you can actually get everybody to say yes. When I say it's no way, it's because some people will need more time to move forward. You can't do anything. So therefore, I give them 24 hours to indicate a yes or no, and that's it. And part of this offer that I make, I have actually no content. So you got to understand, like speakers trainer thought that, oh, I have to work very hard to come up with the contents of the exact offers, the details. I didn't have anything. All I say is that it's a 12-month program, so duration is taken care of. And I said that it's a subscription model. That's all I say. Like how exactly it's run, I will need to know how many people are interested, how many people are committed, and what are your issues. So actually, when I make the offer, I didn't actually talk about like, is it online, is it offline, or is it offline plus online? Like how many times? I just roughly say that it's a mentorship program, and the outcome of this is to help you become a better influencer on stage and offline, to be able to spread your message to different parts of the world via online medium. And most importantly, when you are offered a chance to go on stage, when you are offered a chance to do a webinar, you have the ability to make the irresistible offer, which basically is all the problems that I know my target audiences, which might be you, who are having. So I work on this kind of formula a few times, and I found that this is what I call the what if. Now, if I were to help you to solve this problem, if I were to help you address these issues, would that be something that you're interested? I believe that in the last videos, or maybe a few videos ago, I talked about the what if close. So this is actually a variation of the what if close. Now I want to set this context in this way so that you know when I'm going through the exact flip chart and the languaging, you have some idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so part one basically is the overview. So when you consume the next 6 videos, you know exactly why I say this, why I said that. And most importantly, you know you have a reference frame so that when you are applying what I'm sharing with you in the next 6 videos, in your own training, in your own clothes, you kind of know what you have to say. Now, you do not model me. You actually don't copy me. I want you to get the essence of this video, what I'm saying, about the context, about the people in the room. I always love to say this, you've got to know who you have in the room so that you are able to treat or customize the presentation. You are able to adapt to the situation and make adjustments. That's how flexible I am as a closer, as a stage closer. Okay, so part one, just to summarize the tips. Number one again is to set aside, so just to find out what is the objective of this presentation. It's a close, so you tell them that I'm going to close you. Number two, you've got to have a very clear outcome. What do you want them to have after 3 hours? And number three, your call to action must be very clear. You can't say that, well, for those who are interested, well, I would like you to come back to me. What the heck is that come back to me? What does it mean? Because if you're not specific, people will not know. Like when you're watching this video, you might be actually have seen a post that I put on the Facebook. And I said that, well, please PM me. You'll be surprised to see this. Even though for a single simple instruction called please PM me, there are people who actually see it as comment me below on my Facebook. I was like shaking my head. It's like, I thought that it's so simple, so clear, so straightforward piece of instruction, and yet there are people who just read what they choose to read. And therefore you've got to understand, you have to repeat your instruction 1 time, 2 times, 3 times differently, so that finally they get it. So if you're watching this video and you are one of those people who have been lectured by me, comment below, and I want you to share with us, the viewers, what you have learned by following the instruction. Now, the fact is that when you come to these videos that I'm sharing, probably because you follow the rules, you comply with what I ask you to do. And there's a whole exact science behind why I'm asking you to do this and that. For example, why do I ask you to PM me instead of me PM you? I've got a video a few weeks ago talking about this. Why is that? Instead of I PM you, I ask you to PM me. Okay, so please check all these videos out, because every single thing, if you watch this video in isolation, you may not be able to get the gist of it. However, when you watch them in sequence and understand the whole mechanics, the entire campaign, how I build a Facebook group, how I get engagement, how I got viewers coming to my channel and start having comments below, that's what I'm doing. So I'm demonstrating this to you by showing you how to do it. So therefore, if you think that because Jack can do it, I'm not Jack, I can't, well, trust me, you can still do it, okay? You just have to embrace what you know, and you trust yourself, the process that will work, and you have a clear intention, and you just hustle, do something, that's it. All right, so I finished part one. In part two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you flip chart number 1. All right, so thanks for watching. If you love what I've said, if you have any questions or comments about speaking, training, and facilitation, please comment below. I would love to listen to you, and maybe I will answer your questions via future videos. All right, so till then we next meet. Jack Wong here signing off. All good wishes.